Oh, hello, fellow adventurers. We've just come back from a raid. It was quite plundery. But back to Shore Shack. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy the adventure. What we did last episode was something along the lines of
Last time on Shore Shack Adventures, Namina still in a dead state, and his friends still trying to find a way to bring him back. Super and Sparkmaster and Show all set out to find a way to bring him back. Once they meet up in a bar, Show seems to be discovered by someone who is looking for him. After being knocked unconscious, and with the guards getting Super and Sparkmaster to back off, they take Show into custody and lock him away in a prison. Now, of course, Super knows exactly where he is because he followed him in a cat-like form, and then, swapping over to Spider, went right to where he was at. Even found a nice little vent shaft right above the next cell over. Xander, on the other hand, went a different direction. He went to try to find a local priest that could just bring him back from the dead. However, the Temple of the Allhammer is laid to waste, and there is no religion in this city of Alabast. Quickly thinking, he went to the docks to ask the harbor master, is there any priest that you know of that may have gotten stranded here? He told them of a ship that was in port at the time with some strange fellows on it, and that he may have luck speaking with them. After dealing with these priests and negotiating slightly with what needed to be taken care of, Xander brought Namina's corpse to them, where they performed a ritual over him, intending to bring him back. However, it was unsuccessful and only delayed the decay of the body for the next 10 days. Well, this was good news because that would give them enough time to get him to Ironton, in which case he could take the body to his beloved Rose and see if she could perform the deed that needs to be done. The party met back up that night, and everyone relayed the news of the day. Show is, of course, on the top priority of things to be taken care of. He must be brought out of prison and brought back to them. However, what is to be done about Julian? Do we just let him stay? Or do we, I don't know, find a way to fix it all? Let's find out today on this episode of Shore Shack Adventures.
Ah, yes, welcome back. This week, well, let's go ahead and start with inspiration, because I think this is going to be an episode where you need it. Xander, what are you drinking, sir?
Cherry moonshine and Pepsi. Cherry moonshine and Pepsi.
Super?
I'm getting myself an Appleton rum 12-year straight on the rocks.
Okay.
Fancy.
An apple tea.
Just water for me, man. I'm nursing a hangover.
Water. All right. Sparkmaster?
Naked and Famous. 1 part mezcal, 1 part Aperol, 1 part yellow chartreuse, 1 part lime juice.
Okay, he's a bartender.
Nice and smoky.
So for those just tuning in, the idea is if you have the most relevant things to the campaign, you get inspiration for the episode. Naked and Famous. How would that apply?
Well, maybe they've stripped some of shows clothes off in the cell, and he is somewhat infamous about in the group that has taken him captive. So maybe he's partially naked, or even fully naked, and infamous with the group that's captured him.
All right, Super, roll a d20. Sparkmaster, roll a d20.
All right.
3.
T20 is my nemesis.
Most common.
Hey, I got a 19.
You get inspiration today, and that's how we'll
right.
kick it off with Shore Shack Adventures. Ah!
On my enemy's face.
Hello, Sonia, my love.
Hey, where's that gold at?
What are we doing here, man?
Jesus, Jehoshaphat! Like, where did this fucking hat come from?
Come on, Conan. Let's go.
It feels good to be back.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Make surfboards with my bunyip.
Shall I play you a tune?
I don't even care about the gold anymore.
All right, this week's episode, we're going to start off Coach Utatu. Haze kind of comes over your head. The last memory you can remember is a close-up of a human man's fist. It seemed to have knocked you unconscious, and you're coming back, hoping that you're not in a horrible pile of trash. And you're not. You find yourself in a dark cell, your eyes creep open. Your memory somewhat hazy as you try to recall things that have happened in Alabasta prior. Your head is just throbbing. Boom, boom, boom. Almost in the cadence of your heartbeat. You feel your pulse just migraine through your brain. Not dissimilar to a hangover. You're startled as you're in a cage. And you scoot to the back as you hear an animal next to you. Something pacing back and forth, rattling the cage in a way as your eyes adjust to the darkness, which you're not unaccustomed to by any means. You see what you expect to be a bear, but instead a humanoid form walking on all fours, the back muscles on it arching over, almost in a similar fashion to what you imagine a bear back would look like. You have some brief communication, asking him where you are, and almost expectedly says you're in jail. We're going to go ahead and start here. Namina, or sorry, no longer Namina. Jared will be playing this other character for potentially the time being.
How long have I been here? Hello, bear person?
Don't care.
Don't care. How long have you been here?
All night.
What do they get you for?
They tried to chop down my forest. I killed 3 of them.
Good on you. These are Julian's men, I assume?
Woodcutters.
Woodcutters, did you say?
Woodcutters, yes.
Never heard of woodcutters before. Well, how about we help each other get out of here? What do you think about that?
I can get out by myself. Maybe I need you, maybe not. We'll see.
Okay, well, wouldn't hurt to have help.
I usually work alone, but maybe.
Okay. Well, think about it while I gain my composure here. I'm more useful than I look right now. I don't usually have such a glass jaw. I don't know what happened.
You look frail.
Yeah, well, you're rude, so I guess we're both just assholes.
Maybe.
All right, man. Well, you keep doing push-ups, and I'm gonna see if I can find my stuff.
I continue to pace the room, eagerly looking for a way out.
Walking to the edge, show you kind of put yourself against the bars. There's a stone wall to your right. To your left is a shared cage in a way. Like there's a cage in between you and this behemoth. But looking down the hallway, you notice there are rows of other sets of 2 cages, prisons going down. It's exceptionally dark, and you notice there is no light coming in from a vent or anything such as this. But your dark vision does assist you. You see piles of clothing and piles of things on the very far corner, way down, and then a blackness, which is either it's too far for your dark vision, or the floor drops. Over the clothes for a second, none of it looks incredibly familiar to yours, but it's tough, even with dark vision.
Question. Can I do a quick perception check? Is there a window that I could see out of?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Yeah, I can do that. Where are my dice? I'm gonna have to get used to this guy's stats. Oh, that's really good, I think. That is 21.
Yeah, so you look around for a window. No windows to be seen. You have these steel bars sitting in front of you, and you've given them a pull and a push, and they are solid.
Mm-hmm.
You know with that perception roll is a draft.
Okay. Is the walls that are surrounding the cage on my side facing towards show, is that bars or in the wall that's facing out like towards, I guess, the outside? Not like the hallway, but like towards the outside of the building. Is that made out of stone?
Yes. So what you could suppose is potentially buried or ground is lined with stone as well.
Okay. I'm gonna try.
How stone is, you don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna see if I could mold earth the wall, like make a little hole out of the wall, and see if I can peer outside of that hole.
Yeah. So you start doing it in the earth. You know it doesn't happen right away. You start the incantation. You start moving things around with your mind, and the stone doesn't seem to move. You feel like you might have gotten a small bit, but nothing like you are capable of.
Okay. I get frustrated and I punch the wall.
Roll me a strength check.
It doesn't. Not intending to break the wall, just to punch it.
Roll me a strength check.
Okay. That's a 12.
All right. You hear a boom show as you were looking out. That catches your attention. You snap back. You just see him with his fist into the wall.
Solid effort, Bearman.
Appreciate.
Let's see here. Let us see here. So, am I able to see any kind of a guard anywhere around, or hear a guard?
Roll me a perception check. The short answer is no guard.
The answer is no. That's a nat 20, though.
You do hear conversation coming from the right. It seems to be coming from an elevated position. is noises, conversation that's happening, but no line of sight.
All right.
I look to Show, and I say, I think I may need you. Can you see?
Yes, I can see in the dark.
I cannot. I'm gonna cast Produce Flame, and just kind of hold that out to as dim as I can make it in order to see a little bit better.
What does that look like as you go about doing it?
I kind of wave my hand, my dominant hand over my non-dominant hand, and just kind of swirl it around, and then just whenever I pull my hand up, the flame just sparkles on my fingertips.
You see the flame kind of pull up and it illuminate the place around you, and then immediately dies.
I get frustrated and punch the wall again.
Strength check. And as you look around, you get a good layout of the place for a moment with your perception roll. But you know what it looks like in your mind, but you don't know what it looks like in real time.
16.
Hey, shut up.
I growl back.
I'd like to examine, I'm not sure if he had done this before, but I'd like to examine for myself if there are any locks on the doors, like how the doors are, or I assume there must be a cell door. Is there a cell door?
There is a cell door.
Is there a lock on said cell door?
There is a lock on said cell door.
All right.
You also notice a collar around Namina, or around Bearman.
This character.
Are you able to take that collar off?
I can. I don't want to.
You don't want to. Okay, that's your collar.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe it was some kind of a buffer.
It was my friend. It was my friend's.
Okay, well, that didn't ask, but that's all right. Well, here's we're gonna
asshole.
Stay in character, guys.
I guess I must just be. Prison must bring the worst out of me. I'm sorry, Bearman. I'm usually not this rude. All right. Well, I would like to test my magical ability in the form of thaumaturgy. I'd like to cast thaumaturgy and just see if I can make the sound of like a skipping stone distant down the hall.
His magic works, but not mine.
All right. Well, now, this might. I'm just gonna say. Show would like to say, hey, guard. All right. Either the guards are not paying attention, or they're very clever, and they're gonna lead me into a trap. But I don't. Yes.
I was going to ask, can I roll an intelligence check to see if I think that since he's able to use magic, why shouldn't I be able to use my own magic? To see if I'd be smart enough to realize that?
Sure.
Cool. Oh, yeah, I'm smart enough, apparently. That's like a 21. So, I'm going to examine myself to see if there's something on me that prevents me from using magic. Or something in the room that's preventing me from using my magic.
You know that there's something that's preventing you from using your magic.
Yeah, but is there something in the room that I have in here that's specifically preventing me from using magic? Because it seemed that he was able to use thaumaturgy, but I can't produce flame or mold earth, and that confuses me.
Even with a high roll, I'm trying to piece together a way that you would know.
If I didn't roll high enough, then I didn't roll high enough. But
yeah, I just don't know No, I don't know how you would know. Regardless, what you do piece together is, um, hmm,
Is it bars going into his cell? Can I reach my hand into his cell?
how big are your hands?
I'm a not like a big dude, but I'm a like a relatively medium sized guy. I'm not gigantic
Go ahead and reach your hand into a cell.
and I want to cast produce flame in his cell. I do the same. And then I pull my hand back into my cell.
It stays lit.
Stays lit. Interesting. Okay. Weird.
Well, let's give it a go. I'm going to fire an Eldritch Blast at my cell door right at the point at which it seems like there's a lock, mechanism. Just give it a blast.
Roll an attack roll.
All right. What is this kind of roll again? Is there any kind of modifier I can throw on this one?
It's your attack roll. So whatever
My
you
attack
attack
roll?
is.
Oh, my charisma is +3. Okay, so it's a
So
6.
attack roll shouldn't be a charisma.
No, I thought that's the way that it worked with the.
Yeah, I think that's
Casting a spell. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
DM's taking a holiday.
So yeah, six altogether on that one.
A sound erupts from the cavern. You hear creatures scatter over the way. There was a light in an explosion where it hit. You weren't sure if it made contact with the light or not. As you rub your eyes for a moment, the flash of light back to darkness, your dark vision takes over. You peer and look, and that's where we'll go back to Super and Xander.
Force field.
And Sparkmaster. What are you all about?
Well, I think we're still at Alabaster's house, right?
Well, you were in the town of Alabasta.
Or no, what's his name? Alistair's and Egbert's.
Aster, yes. Aster and Egbert.
Aster, thank you. Sorry.
No worries.
Oh. I'm like, all right, guys, I told you where the jail is, but I also want to tell you about this guy, Elor, that was getting beat up by the gods. He might be Julian's son, might be half dwarf, half human. And it sounds like his crew has been getting dealt drugs by Julian's men as well. So I think now we should go and try to bust out show, but we definitely want to find out who and where this Elor guy is after, I think. Any thoughts?
Am I there at the dock?
Oh, yeah, you at the dock, Xander. I'm talking to you, Sparkmaster.
So the drug angle is interesting. I found a note in that cavern we were in where we lost Amina, and the note definitely details exchanges of very large quantities of money, of drugs and soldiers, a legion of soldiers, in exchange for money and a meeting place. I suspect this is related to the to Julian's and whatever his men are up to.
It sounds like he's basically buying an army off of drug money or something, maybe. Maybe. It sounds like that might be the case, though.
Whatever it is, it sounds very sinister. And I do concur that finding this Elor might be useful. Sho and I had an interesting conversation with him at the bar we were at, the Dragon's Nug, and I didn't get the feeling he was an evil character, and his altercation with Julian's men has sort of reinforced that in my mind. It seems to be on the right side of things that we are, at least relative to Julian.
Do we know where Xander went by any chance? Did he tell us?
Yeah, I think I said at the end of the last episode that I had some stuff I had to do at the docks in the morning.
Should we, Spogmaster, should we go try to find Xander so then we could team up with him and then we could go bust show out of there?
I agree. Busting show out is our top priority. We're not operating at full strength.
You want to go try to find Xander first so then we could go together? Or?
How much trouble could be at those docks, Super? You've been there before, I presume.
Well, if Xander's involved with it, probably quite a bit.
Indeed.
But I mean, I wouldn't suspect it to get too crazy. I mean, I would say it's probably more dangerous trying to bust show out than trying to find Xander at the docks.
Let's waltz over to the docks. See if we can at least lay eyes on him. Let's be careful not to rustle any feathers. I'm already sensing that in Alabast we are in a little bit of a precarious position.
Certainly. So can we make our way over to the docks then, Mike?
Yeah. Go ahead and leave. Make your way over to the docks, and you see Xander seems to know quite a few people. You're taken back at first, good soon be, with how many people he is socializing with, coordinating. Seems like he's almost running an operation of sorts.
Hey, Charlie, I need those crates on that ship over there. All right. Hey, get little Frankie and Timmy over there. Get them crates over on that third boat to the left. And I need this group. Get all these crates and boxes stacked up on that big one that's getting ready to come in. I need all this stuff loaded post haste.
Groups of kids are running to him, have some conversation. He drops some coin. They run off and start coordinating things. He has other individuals, merchants coming to him, who he seems to be even bartering with. How would you like to approach?
If I can freely do so, I'll just walk up to Xander. Be like, Xander, I'm able to do that, I'm assuming?
Nobody stops you.
Okay. So Xander, what's going on, man? You're running the whole show here.
Well, I mean, I don't run the show, but I have agreed to set up some ships with their packages, so I've got to get this done. I should be done within the next hour or two, but I'm a man of my word. I said I was going to get this done for him.
For who?
For the priests that slowed down the decay of Demina.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So this is my payment to them. I'm helping getting their ships loaded. They don't seem to like to leave the ships. They don't like to be away from the boat, it seems like, and can't stand to have their feet on the dirt.
Right. I don't know if we have an hour or two to wait. We need to bust out show.
Right. Well, this is pretty much underway. Give me a second. Let me check something. I'm going to call over the head boy of the dock. Not the dock master, but the one that seems to be over the children workers.
He walks over. He's looking shady left to right. Yeah, what's up, Zandy? What you need? You're looking to panic.
I'm not in a panic. I know you have this under control because you are basically in charge here. I know this. He doesn't know this, but I know this. Now, I've got some things that I have to take care of. Are you going to be okay managing this for an extra 5 gold for yourself?
Make it 7.
7? I'll make it 8.
Cha-ching. If I need anything, I'll have a boy come get you.
All right. Hey, one last thing. Is there a good vet in town somewhere? My dog seems to be taken ill.
Yeah, just north of town. We get an animal trainer. He kind of hates the veterinary work, but if you win his heart over, he's a softie for animals. I took my hamster to him once.
All right. Just north of town. You got a name for me?
Yeah, he's north in town.
North in town. Oh, I don't even have to leave the walls. Excellent.
Yes, just climb. He points up, and you see most of the town on the dock level is more or less on the same level. There's kind of an overlook here, but very far north, you kind of look. There's a sheer wall of stone, and on top, you notice there are also some buildings. There's a very steep staircase going up to this elevated portion of town that is north. And he does indeed have a name. And his name
From here on out will be.
So he has a name. He has had a name. And his name is Connor Finn.
Connor Finn.
Totally didn't go to fantasy name generator.
I did not. It's on your map.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Fast.
Well, thank you, lad, and I will be back as soon as I am able.
Hey, I got a question. I got a question for you, and there's a silver piece in it for you. If you can answer for me.
Who's
familiar with this dwarf named Elor by any chance?
Yeah, Elor is a troublemaker who comes in on the town. Merchant ship that comes in from Ironton. He's selling woodworking supplies, well-crafted metals in shorts. But the captain's his brother. He's the younger mate. Always seems to be a little too noisy. Why do you ask?
Oh, I was just looking for him. I saw him getting in a tussle with some of Julian's men earlier, and I was just wondering what it was about.
You for Julian or against him?
All right. You know where we can find him? Just the other end of town, ask around, or do you know where he lives? Or?
All right.
What was that?
Are you for Julian or against him?
Oh, against him, I guess. What makes you? What about you?
Just trying to live life.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
What is it you're looking for?
Well, I was just wondering, like, what his whole issue was when he got in the tussle with Julian's men. And
oh, you see that boat over there? And you look, and there's a boat with bright red flags, with an anvil and a mallet. Yeah, he belongs to that ship. I can't tell you exactly where he goes, but it's either that or the whorehouse.
All right. Well, I'll catch up on that string later. We need to go see to a friend. Thank you very much for your time, and I give him 2 silver pieces.
Hey, what was your name, young lad?
Soompa. Call me Soompa.
Hi, Super. You can call me Frankie.
Appreciate doing business with you, Frankie. Keep up the good work you got going on here.
I'll definitely see you around.
That being said, I'm good. I'm ready to go bust out show.
All right. Well, I think we should let's go take a look at this this area that show's being held.
Let's do it, guys. I'm ready.
Now, as we walk along, so we're walking to the place. So Super, you were at this place last night. So what kind of people took show?
Well,
are
they seemed like they were like gods of the city or something. They had a big M emblazoned like on the uniform. And I think they think Sho is one of the leaders or like a big part of the rebellion right now against Julian.
They were very thuggish, and were almost drunk off the power that they seem to wield.
Real douchebags.
Real douchebags. Okay, I might know how to handle. Remember how we handled the goblins? They were also drunk on power and real douchebags.
How did
But we have
handle those
one
goblins?
advantage with these guys. And I hold up my hand, and I still have the king's ring. Perhaps
Yeah.
Perhaps I could be a emissary from Ironton to see how they run their jails as opposed to how Ironton runs them, because we really need pointers on how to keep people locked up.
I think it's a good idea. What I could potentially do too is I could sneak in as like a little like rat or something too on the inside just in case.
Why not just be in my pocket?
Or I could be in your pocket.
I love a little super in my pocket.
I like that idea. What about Spockmaster? What are you gonna do, Spocky?
What am I going to do?
Well, as long as they're not the same guards as last night, Sparkmaster could definitely be
A bodyguard.
my guard.
Yeah, I like it.
Because, I mean, you're not going to have an emissary with no detail.
That's true. So
He
we'll
does
roll the
look
dice.
He looks imposing.
I will do my best to look intimidating. I'm already in armor.
I'm up for this plan.
It might work. It might not. We'll just have to see. If not, well, we just back out, right?
Or punch our way in.
Or punch our way out.
True.
So you guys make your way a little ways. By the way, I think having a super in your pocket soundbite should be on the intro. You make your way out to where you found the vent shaft, Super. Now, found a vent shaft. You found a door. If I do recall, you followed them to a doorway that was entered. You couldn't get in, but with your excellent interrogation throughout the evening, you found a vent shaft that led you down. To see
He went under the door to get in.
How did the vent shaft come about?
He went spider underneath the door.
And then within I saw the entry room or whatever. And then I took a vent down to like the bottom area where show was being kept.
Gotcha. Well, and the vent was how you also got out.
You followed everything down and then took the vent back out.
Okay, cool. So you guys are able to get back into the doorway. This is a very steep alleyway, very narrow. It's one of those doorways in an alleyway that the buildings on both sides stack probably about 3 or 4 stories tall. Windows scatter them, but not windows with any view, of course. From a tactical perspective, it looks like a horrible place to walk up to.
All right. So at what point do you want to go in my pocket, Super?
I think now is as good a time as any. I turned like into like a little beetle.
A beetle? I love the Beatles.
Paul's my favorite.
And you hear that in Beetle. You know.
All right. So what do you want? You want up the sleeve? You want pocket?
I think pocket makes most. Or
Pocket beetle.
Yeah, like I guess at this point I just keep like.
Yep, that point you're moving.
All right. Little tuck in the pocket, or I say, how about just on the outside of the cape? And so I just kind of let him latch onto the outside of the cloak. That way you can drop off anytime you want.
And the hooks on your legs kind of just hook perfectly in there, where where you don't even have to use any muscle. You are literally dangling there. And as a beetle, knowing beetle things, you can easily unlatch those hooks on your feet. Or so you think. We will find out.
On Shawshank Adventures. All right, and not being quiet or anything, we just so is this it? Is this the one they told us to go visit? And walk up. He's like, all right, let's knock. Hello. I have to do everything. Open.
Hello? Yes.
Open the door.
Come in. My back is killing me. The door should be open.
Oh, this is unheard of. I throw the door open myself.
It's locked.
Oh, the door is locked, you fool. Come open it.
Oh, gracious. One moment. You hear a chair. Who might it be? I'm sorry. You sound a bit angry, and I'm wondering what good Grathula could have done to anger such a person.
Gerthula.
Yes. And you see the wide open. You see a pair of two very old eyes behind spectacle glasses and a wrinkled nose.
And in the eye slot, I will just hold up the ring. Gerthula, do you recognize this emblem?
Well, my eyes aren't so great, and you're covering up the light, but it's a ring. Just tell me.
I am an emissary from the King of Ironton.
Oh, for my wares?
Your wares?
Yes, I make the greatest pantyhose and handkerchiefs.
Well, of course it's for your wares.
Okay. Well, I'm blushing. She unlocks the door, opens up, and as the door opens, expecting to feel guards and things like this, instead you see a very old countertop with a loom, and very, very thin fabrics kind of strung everywhere. Well, would this be for a lady of the king? He is rather old in age. For one of his sons, are they getting married?
No. They are not engaged to be married. The king does wish that.
Oh,
however, perhaps he has a lady friend that he does not wish to be known. He is a young 800.
Oh, is it me?
So, how long have you been in business?
Oh, since I was a young girl.
No. How long have you been in business here?
Oh.
We are only looking for the best.
The town moves around quite a bit, but probably the past 7 or 8, maybe 8 years, when Julian restructured things. He put me here. Why do you ask? I don't know the man. Why are you prying?
I'm not prying. I'm trying to decipher whether or not you are the person that we want to make these wares for the king.
Oh, well, I am. I have the best. Look at this. And she scuttles off into a corner and starts paddling through different fine cloths, or thin cloths, rather.
And I take my cape and I swirl it around my fingers and I pull it up, and as I'm talking to Sparkmaster, are you sure this is the right place we should be? Are you positive that this is the place we should be?
I am not, sir. It certainly doesn't appear so.
And I'm looking at this beetle while I'm talking to you. And I can't hear you, beetle.
I think the Beatles watching Netflix.
Super.
What? What was that? Look, if this is where we're supposed to be, let me know. If we're supposed to go somewhere else, and this is not where we're supposed to be, you need to let me know that as well.
I'm like, I shake my little beetle head like I don't know what's going.
And I'll put my hand on Sparkmaster's shoulder and be like, maybe for my safety and well-being, perhaps you, my guard, should look around and just make sure that there's nothing going on, or that
Yes.
everything is safe and here for me to be here.
Yes, sir.
Oh! And then she immediately puts on her cloth, runs over and says, No. I do not want any of my trade secrets to ever get out. I have a special looming process, and I can't have anybody see it. I have just met you, and you must understand. The reason I am able to feed myself and my children is simply because I own this shop and sell the best wares in all of this land, maybe even in all of Aussie. Please.
Ma'am, the king's emissary's protection is of vital security for the city of Ironton. I hope you understand that.
Is the king coming here?
We will have a look around
Wait.
this facility,
I
and we will not be
respect this
stealing any secrets.
lady's. I respect her place of business. Ma'am, which door, ma'am, may my emissary not look behind? Where is your looming process kept? And
She looks at the only door. I trust me. I would love to share my secrets. I've been harboring them for so many years, but
I'll walk over and just put my hand. This door right here. We cannot look behind this door right here.
Well, you have power over me in this case.
No. My fair lady, we do not want to.
I go as a beetle, crawl under the door. I fly like, and then like go under the door.
Yes.
I apologize greatly. Please show me your wares.
Is the king coming here? I'm nervous.
No. I would be taking it back for the king. So please show me your wares. All of them.
And she looks at you with eyes, Sparkmaster. You mentioned the king's protection, and I'm getting bad feelings from him. But this is a light lace pink. But not only is the color exquisite on the skin of anyone tan, but also it is laced with the fabric of monkey fruit, which gives you a little jolt in your day. Just the smell reminisces of all of the shots that you might have taken in your days and gets the boogie woogieing.
Does it help you dance?
And does more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I look like an old lady today, but I have been well worn.
Well, this is the first item. In order to make the best decision, I'm going to need to see them all. And I'll pull out a good 10 gold and set them on the counter and say, "Let me begin showing me."
Yes, of course. And so she shows you them all and tells you a lot of perverted stories. Kind of hits on you that you think maybe, but she's not real good at it.
What do I see under the door?
Meanwhile,
kind of scuttle your way. Your vision is a little different than it was as a rat, because you have beetle eyes, and there's like probably 50 eyes within each eye. But you're able to piece together a familiar path down, and you can be sure that this is the path that you went down.
I keep going down the path until I potentially reach that same room where Show is being kept in.
Okay, yeah. As you go down, I guess we could probably keep track of this. You go forward and you take a wide berth left so that the door does not immediately see anything or any room. You see light flickering, and as you go through, it takes you a while as a beetle, but I guess you could kind of fly your way through. You hit a few walls and you hear as you go. The room opens up to a number of different tables and desks. You see three men sitting there with their feet up, sipping a beverage. What time of day would you have done this? Is this early morning, mid-afternoon?
It would have been before noon, but yeah, because they came to get me at the docks in the morning time.
Okay. Hey, you see three gentlemen sitting there, armor sitting beside them. Their swords still sheathed on their side, talking and kind of joking to each other. Trying to think of something clever and pertinent that you would hear them say. Joking and jabbing about dwarves coming to this town. Julia knows what's best. One of them asks the other, Jacob, how's your nephew doing? And Jacob was, oh, Jim Jam? He's making himself quite well these days. The tax breaks really help his mother.
Wait, this is what I'm seeing or hearing or whatever?
You make your way past these gentlemen through a shut door, scurry under a shut door, wooden door, where there are a number of different cells that you remember before. Traveling straight through them, half of them are filled. You go down to a slope going down into a much darker chamber. And this is where you recall Show is. Now, I realize I probably should have set everyone else on a timer now. The rest of you guys, looking at the wares, 30 minutes transpires. There's no return of the beetle. She starts to get handsy with you, Xander. Does quite a bit of pinching your butt, and then maybe even taking the cloths and trying to stroke them off on your bare chest. Hearing that you sing, has asked you to sing a few tunes for her, for that will serve her purposes later.
Well, I allow her to do whatever she wants to do. I mean, why turn down the touch of a lady?
Sparkmaster, what do you do in this case?
I am looking very menacingly, but I am largely heeding to my role as Xander's protection, and I'm letting him do the talking. But I'm very closely monitoring that door, and if that beetle comes back, I'm going to be very interested. I'm just looking around.
Okay. You try to shift your eyes from Xander starting to get emotionally intimate with this old lady. No beetle comes to the door after about 30 minutes. Do you continue?
I'm following Xander's lead. If he's still distracting this woman, I will maintain my position as his guard.
All right. Well, my darling, this is all your wares are just phenomenal. And I'm afraid I must ask again, could you please show me how you craft these? This is most definitely the most intricate and beautiful craftsmanship I've seen.
Yes. This one, take home for you. I'm sure you have somebody to put it on. Am I right?
Oh, there's more than one.
Oh, you dirty dog.
Well,
What
we all
size?
have our vices.
What size shall I be crafting? What I need for you, and maybe you don't have the sizes. Did you give her your real name?
No, I never gave her a name.
Okay. What name would you have given her in 30 minutes of conversing and having her touch your nipples?
Giving her Connor. That's the last name I remember hearing. So,
Oh, Connor, I need you to take a few measurements back to the king and make sure they're sized up well. I need hip size, breast size, um, torso length, full circumference of the neck, and
so what race is this lady?
she's a halfling.
Halfling. Oh, okay. So he kneels down in front of her and he puts his hands around her waist and says, "Oh no. This seems to be it right here." And as far as everything else, he just rubs his hand up. I believe it's everything that fits you.
She goes, I have a thing for
You seem to be the perfect size.
bite size. Big wink. And then misses place of her cane and then stumbles for a second and grabs it. What is it that you wanted from me again? I get lost in eyes. The open seas.
Oh, I am actually quite famished. Would you happen to have anything to eat or drink here?
No, but you can go right across the street, go to the left, take 2 blocks down, and there is a sandwich shop, kitty corner in the street after that.
Well, he'll take 3 gold out and put them on the counter. I'll buy if you fly.
Oh, I really would love to, and I appreciate the offer. And you know I would do it for free, but I can't leave my holding here. A customer may come in, and I have to be here to service my shop. It's something I've lived by for a few years at least.
Is there a really good sandwich shop maybe on the other side of town?
Oh, there's quite a few.
What is the best one that's the furthest away?
Jacob's, by far. He has luscious bread, and the bread makes a sandwich. It's not all about the meat, though.
I understand completely. You know, why don't you go get us 3 sandwiches from Jacob's? And I cast suggestion.
Aha. What does she have to roll?
Wisdom 16.
$17.
No, that says 14.
Definitely says, different dice. No, really, I need to stay here at my shop. You don't understand. My life really depends on it.
You don't understand. I really would love to try this sandwich from Jacob's.
I will take you there. How about I meet you there tonight at 8?
How about
It's past my bedtime, but
and I'll put 6 gold up on the counter and say, let's try it again. For 6 gold, go get us 3 sandwiches from Jacob's.
Are you casting it again?
Yeah.
6 gold and such beautiful eyes. The song sways me. I will. I will get you the best sandwiches you have ever seen, Connor. If you don't love me, you will love them enough to love me. Toulou. And she takes off.
All right,
All right.
Xander. I definitely feel like she's trying to protect something behind that door.
I agree. We need to find out where Soomper's at. So, do we keep up
Where
with
do you
the
think
same
he could have
rules?
gone? She's clearly protecting something because she didn't even let the king's emissary from Ironton know what was going on here.
Well, the beetle hasn't come back, so I'd say he stumbled upon something too. So, let's try the door and see if it opens up.
All right, let's go in.
It's locked.
It's locked. Do you have any
Very
lockpicks by
locked.
any chance?
I do not. Is there like a bolt lock on the door, or what kind of lock is it?
Let's look for a key under the counter.
Give me an investigation check. And you're looking at the lock. It's not a padlock or anything, just a normal indoor lock.
It's a 23.
You don't find the key, but you seem to have found some sort of a janky put together lockpick device that she must have used in curiosity of what was behind that door as well.
All right, so I'll try that.
All right, give me a sleight of hand check. You just got to get a 10.
With a 7.
As you put it in there, it was a bit flimsy put together to begin with, and the tip of it breaks off inside the lock.
Well, that part sucks. It's a sewing shop. There's going to be sewing needles, sewing anything around here.
Shimmy the door. You're able to eventually kind of pry it open, Sparkmaster, just with your brute force. You can lift it up enough where the lock comes off of the hinge itself, and it does open up.
I pull it open extremely quietly.
All right, plate mail. Good job.
You attempt to, with your lack of sleight of hand, it doesn't really work as a group. It does creak, not incredibly loudly, but as you look, there's a dark hallway going down probably about 40 feet, slightly declined, and there's flickering lights at the end. And just then, woo! Back to Shotutatu and his Eldritch Blast. My God, we can't waste too much time doing other things. Shotutatu, your Eldritch Blast shakes the walls. People go scurrying. You have missed the lock completely with a 6. It was a 6, right?
It was a 6.
Let's see. One second. It's unlock. Okay, yes, you missed the lock. Sorry, bud. But you do nail some of the bars, and you kind of jingle the bars themselves. They're smoking. Look a little frailer than before.
So it looks like some damage has happened to them?
Definitely.
Not that they were just completely blocked by some magic. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. I see.
And very loud noises happened. You also
yeah.
Further down in the hall, just a really pathetic going on.
What's going on down the hall?
That's all you hear is just.
Does that sound like distress, or does that sound like an orgasm?
Maybe it's a distressful orgasm.
Complicated.
Xander is working his magic up top. And,
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to go ahead and send. Oh, yeah. Did I see any of the guards that may have taken me into this place at any point, or I just went out and woke up here?
You went out and woke up here.
Okay. Do I know what Julian's sort of guards or entourage or soldiers look like? or like generally what their uniforms are, or could I try to call up a memory of that?
Roll me a perception check about just you coaxing the town. Yeah, what did you get?
17, 18.
So there were quite a few different officials, if you will. Some with an emblem M on their lapel, with kind of a skull-shaped feature behind that badge. There were a few city guards, and
all right,
somebody who looked a little bit more of a royal type guard. Those are the three individuals that you've seen around. With the intelligence check or the perception check, those are what you've seen. With your general intelligence and what you've actually understood or perceived within this place, you don't know which uniform of the three would be used.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to say stand back, Bearman. Bearman, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Stand away from my cell. If this works, you could get hurt in a blast that's about to occur.
I know magic.
Keep your paws crossed. And I would like to cast Thunderstep. And I would like to attempt to teleport myself to the other side of this cell, into the hallway to freedom.
Okay. The orgasming in the corner grows louder and shriller until whoever seems to pass out. You are free.
Whoa. You are strong.
That was easier than I expected. I'll be back for you, Bearman. I'm just see if I can find maybe some keys around here for these cells, or maybe something I could pick the lock with.
I give Sho a very confused look and say, thank you.
All for one and one for all. And I would like to very cautiously advance down the hall towards where I'm hearing the screaming sounds.
And that's further down the hall than the stairs where you heard the voices was behind you then.
Oh, okay. No, and in that case, I would like to creep up towards the stairs where I heard the voices. I'm trying to see if I can't catch a glimpse of somebody in an official position so that I might be able to ascertain how they look.
Gotcha. So as you hide there and you're about to make your way up, there's candlelight flickering, and suddenly you hear the clinking of armor coming together. There is a party of people running down toward you, and they're now coming down the staircase directly in front of you. You don't before you have an eyesight on them. Is there anything that you'd like to do?
I'd like to cast invisibility.
All right.
Ooh, cool.
They coming down. You roll a stealth check with advantage.
Yeah. 13 plus 0, 13.
Okay. These individuals are all coming down with littered torches. Two of them have the more royal flavored attire and guard lapels. One, you notice with that familiar M insignia on their lapel, all coming down at the same time. As the two more royal ones, you step back and you look like this as they go by, and you're studying them to form a disguise based on their appearance. You want front, you want back, you want everything. And as your eyes go across, the other individual goes by and trips over your foot. and falls to the ground. Clink, clink, clink in his armor. You realize his armor is not completely on yet. He had his chainmail in his hand, has fallen to the ground. It's spread across. He groans, ugh, and starts to pick himself up. The rest of the two stop, look back, spit for a second, so you're not even worth a coin. Let's go. Step it up. He turns and looks back at you.
I would like to cast Thaumaturgy. Wait a second. Oh, sorry. I'm invisible. I don't know if I can cast anything at all. Oh, let me take it. Spell. The target attacks or cast spell. Yeah, no, I don't cast any spell. I hold my breath.
He glances you up and down and says, "Could have swore I tripped on something and I don't see anything there. What made that noise down there?" "Well, I don't know. That's why we're going to find out. Get your shit up. Push your armor on. We might need you for this. There's quite a few more powerful druids up in this cavern. One of them might have found a way to escape." He pauses for a second, puts on his armor while they all wait, and continues down. Not very far, though, only about 15 feet from, maybe 20 feet from where you are, and they discover the torn bars and things from your Eldritch Blast. "Ah, the new guy. Show Tutatu he's escaped. He wasn't druidic."
I snarl and reach my arms out of the cage and swipe at him.
Give me an attack roll.
16.
Okay. Yeah, you hit one of the guys. They knock him away going, "Oh, you fuckers. Hey!" They hit their sword on the chain. One of them grabs a bunch of tacks out of his bag and just tosses them in your cage. And they go, "Hey, you didn't trip on nothing. He's right up there." And they all start running toward you. Show.
I'm sorry. They can see me now?
No. They looked at the cage. They realized you weren't there.
Uh-huh.
They seem to realize that you had escaped, and there seems to be, in their opinion, only one way out. And they are running back toward you, realizing that he didn't trip on nothing.
I was going to ask. I'm going to cast Entangle on the floor that they're going to be that they're on and going to be walking into. I'm going to put my hands in Show Tutatu's cell first, and then make the incantation and throw it that way. And that is I think it's a DC 14 strength save for them.
Okay. You go ahead and stick your two arms and your mouth, because you have an incantation aspect to this as well. This would be the most hilarious cartoon picture of a hulking individual ever. Spike growth starts to grow on all three of them, I would assume.
Yeah, I would try to aim for mainly the first one, and then hope that it would just kind of stop all the rest of them from kind of going that direction.
Okay. They begin to swing and swell. What's the strength save that they need?
14.
Okay. We have 2 that succeed. It slows them down either way.
I'm pretty sure it turns into difficult terrain, and players that fail the strength save are restrained.
Okay, one of them, the guy who had dropped his armor before, who had the M insignia, has wrapped something around his leg, and he goes to throw a sword at it, and then just loses his sword. The other vines start to wrap around his leg. It's like, don't leave me! The others kind of push their way through, pulling at the vines that are growing through their legs, just ripping out of the ground. Show, what are you doing as they're kind of barrel or attempting to barrel toward you? You definitely have some room to run if that's what you want to do.
I'm trying to. So I would like to determine like how much space is there. They're running towards me. Is it like impossible for me to get out of their way? Would it be like very
Not
likely
impossible.
they run into me, or how much space am I working with in this hallway?
Let's say you have about a good 7 feet sideways. These guys are clinking around and going up steps and lumbering to and fro and not in a straight line. Let's say if you wanted to stealth past if there's only 2, you could stealth at 12 would get you to push aside, and you get advantage on that.
Okay. Yes, I would like to try that first. I would like to first just see if I can't let them pass me. Wow, that's a fail. That's 11 with advantage.
Okay. As you pull aside, the thrashing of the one character has you look over. The 2 are running up. One runs past you without issue. The other slips on the step as he's going up and barrels sideways into you in a jerking motion and just hits you. Call it a blow, if you will. Your stealth check goes, or your invisibility loses its. Yes.
All right. Can I take an action right now?
Yeah, they're both surprised.
I'd like to cast darkness.
Okay.
On us, so as to hopefully just as soon as they see me, spread a magical darkness around all of us. And in the confusion, I would like to see if I could make my way back towards the other direction, not towards the exit, but towards deeper into the jail, both because I want to stay close to Bearman, who I suspect could be a powerful ally if this has to come to blows, and also because I heard them saying something about having powerful druids here, which I suspect may or may not be either Aster or Egbert imprisoned.
Okay. And as you move down, because you had them in surprise, they can't make an opportunity attack on you as they're leaving. So as you move away, you get about 10 feet out of the magical darkness, and you hear one of them say, you hear a sheath unfail. It says, "Doc!" And you hear the sword hit rock. Did you get him? No. And that's where we'll take a break because I have to urinate.
Quick time.
All right.
Mike, just real quick question. I'm assuming I can't see. Can I see or hear any of this?
Yeah, you're right there.
Oh, I am right there. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I just wasn't sure. Like, I was,
Yeah, good question. Good question. Back.
All right. So, how do you think everything's going so far? Sparkmaster.
Well, I think we might have our hands full if we run into any of those guards who might recognize me from the other night.
Yeah, well, I mean, they might be different ones. So,
We have to hope. And I am also worried about Super, who I expected to just go check it out and come back, and has not returned yet. We must be careful not to step on him.
True. He is half hour ahead of us, though. But he's got little legs.
Yeah. Might have taken him a long time to walk down that hall. At least Show seems to be doing all right for himself.
So far. So far.
I feel like we should have coordinated something with Super, a double buzz for the affirmative, a single buzz for the negative. We definitely have a communication barrier with him.
Hindsight's 20/20 and all.
Indeed. when we have a druid that can shapeshift, we should have a handshake with him next time.
Yeah, maybe a beetle wasn't the best best pick. Maybe a mouse would have been better.
Some sort of rodent that could nod.
John, do you just never pee?
No, not. If I do, I go when I have to.
I don't think in the episodes we've ever taken a pee break where I have come back and you're not here. That's badass. I used to be the one pee a day man.
No, I'm not that.
Nikki was like, "Oh my God, you peed twice a day? Are you okay?"
You weren't drinking enough water.
No, not at all. I drink liquor and coffee. All the things that keep you hydrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So they started adding music to StreamYard. You can do background music, but only their stuff.
Oh, so close.
So, yeah, and when they get it to where you can actually upload your own, then I'll start doing background voices and stuff.
That's been
that'd be cool.
The best, like the most requested feature I could imagine ever.
What, adding music?
Well, just sound bites. I want to be able to play sound bites.
Who wants to listen to a guy stream himself playing a text-based game without any music? Goes beyond D&D. Oh, Mitch, you still into coffee? Mitch is not here.
Mitch is not there.
The coffee's kicked in for him.
Coffee is nice. I do like coffee.
We have a local place that makes one called Christmas Toddy, and it's a rum-based, like, I'm not one for flavored coffee at all.
Mm-hmm.
This place, it will change you. It'll change you completely. It's so good, and it smells so good, and it tastes so good. Damn it, it's good.
Hey, Dad, is it a Marvelous Comics jersey shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, when did you get that?
Zach and I got these a couple months ago.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a baseball jersey. So
that's pretty cool. Did I see
the logo on the side? I've got my year here.
And Zach has his year, I'm guessing?
Yeah. So he's got an 06. Your brother's birthday is tomorrow. Just so you know.
I'm well aware. I realized that yesterday. I was on a walk with a friend, and I was like, crap, his birthday's on Monday. She's like, you got to get him something. I was like, I know.
Yeah, he's going to be 16.
I know. That's crazy. Oh my god!
Oh, that should be well. That's
Did he see us the people one time?
Mitch. I'll take you to this place called Juice and Java. It has the best coffee that's ever invented. Sadly, they don't sell it anymore, but I have some, so I'll give you some, and then we can take it to their coffee place. That and Surfinista will blow your mind.
I do love me some caffeine. Here, 1 second. Christina's yelling at me.
Hi, Christina.
You need to take Ghibli out more.
Sorry. Yeah, man, that sounds great. Lord knows that after the nights that we will be having, we will be needing coffee the following day.
Would I get into any crazy shenanigans at all?
He's a married man, Mitch.
I'm a married man too. All the more
His
reason.
wife will
I'm not.
2 married men equal 1 single man, right?
It's pretty
Something
much
like
how it
that.
works.
That
It's-
sounds really bad.
Don't put it past us. All right. You stopped recording. I guess.
You need to stop your experimental college days there, mine.
Let's see. Okay. We're back on Shore Shack Adventures. Thank you to our sponsors for giving us money for the ads, and we're happy and hope you buy all of their product. Yep. All right. Tuning back in. A beetle scurries on the top of the staircase. As it's going down, a battle ensues. Darkness happens. Invisible people turn visible, and a bunch of gods come running through and to and fro. You, sir, have made it all the way down to where Show was until you didn't see him there. Turns out he was invisible beneath you the whole time.
Holy moly.
Darkness goes up, which blocks the view from you to the exit. You see Shotutatu run underneath you the other way. What is it that you do, Beetle?
I turn into a Sumpa. Huzzah!
Which you are way up there, so that's like a pretty small fall. You'll take 1 point of damage as you fall all the way down, but you landed. Don't
This
worry.
crumbles.
I didn't realize that I was that high up. I apologize. But I will take the damage. Fair enough. Especially 1 point. Can't shake the stick at that. And do I see like a grouping of the enemies? Like, are they groups together in one area?
No enemy is just a blinding magical darkness in front of you up the stairs.
And did Sho run into that darkness?
He ran behind you.
So
Yeah.
the opposite direction.
Yep, and he is about maybe 10 feet from you.
All right. I will be like, Sho, it's super. Like, what's going on? What do you need me to do here?
Super, they're guards. They're after us. Ouch. It's dire.
Holy shit. Get a hold of yourself, Sho. Get a hold.
I just almost dropped my thing. Sorry.
Finley, off. Sorry. Off. There you go.
Not Namino. What are you doing now?
Well, I would hope that I can't really get out of these bars. I don't really have a method of doing so.
No, how do you sound? What are you doing? Don't give us the reasons. Just blast us with the stuff.
Well, my mind is racing. I want to be able to. I want to help, but I can't really help since I have nothing to do. So I'm kind of just. Maybe I could. I'm gonna see if I can pick up something and throw something in the direction of opposite where Sho ran to kind of draw the attention away from where the guards were.
Yeah, you pick up a bunch of the tacks that were thrown into your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Stepping on them, they're a real bitch. You wince, but they're nothing compared to the thorns on the bushes where you grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And you toss them, and you hear, what the fuck?
Cool. Get me out, Devil Man.
I cast ice. I'm like, is this a friend or a foe, Show?
I feel like we're kind of frenemies right now, but he's a bear and he's in the same situation as we are, so I say we make friends.
All right.
I see Super, and I go, Druid.
You don't know me. Ice, nice. And then I cast it at the lock. Though.
All right, roll an attack roll. Oh, okay, it hits the lock. You've casted so many ice knives. You are incredibly accurate with them. And the lock stands no chance.
Oh, boy.
You are now free, Bear Man.
I smile. I do like this little hunch, run, walk thing, and I kick open the door. And right as I step out of the door, I wild shape into a direwolf.
Okay.
You do what?
I wild shape into a direwolf.
Oh.
It's a bad druid. Holy moly.
And then I'm going to try to smell my way out with actually no, I don't do a direwolf. What is actually no, I do a prep.
Too bad. You did it.
Yeah,
This is
whatever.
the heat of battle.
Yeah.
You go off the seat of your pants and you were into dire wolves in that moment. And my God, you dire wolf.
I am now a direwolf.
You started sniffing up and you see a black darkness in front of you. And he goes this way. And two guards push their way and get out of the darkness right in front of you. Ah! One swings with a natural one and cuts the back leg of the other as he falls down. He tries to swing at you with disadvantage and gets a 6 as he pushes this thing up. He's like, you dick. And starts to scoot back.
I growl really heavily at them, and I will do a bite attack at him, actually.
The one on the ground?
Yes.
You get advantage.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Oh, geez.
17 to hit.
Shit, we just ended up in combat? How'd that happen? All right. 17 hits.
Cool. I need another D6. All right. That is 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Well done. Super. You and Show. What are you doing right now?
Oh, well, if the fray is on, then I'm gonna go ahead and throw down. So,
Okay, so you're no longer running toward the back of the. All right.
No. So if I have an opportunity, I will fire 2 Eldritch Blasts. I think that I can see into the darkness, right?
Yes, you can't see into your magical darkness, but they are right in the front of that magical darkness. So they have a nice black backdrop. So they're glowing like light bulbs as far as your night vision is concerned. They do have half cover because there's a dire wolf in front of him and he's on the ground. So the one standing up, you could probably... Yeah, the one standing up, you could probably attack without issue. The one on the ground would be disadvantage, double disadvantage.
Well, I would like to attack the one that is more of an easy shot, and I would like to fire both of my shots at him.
Fire away,
I'm doing it. Eldritch Blast.
Oh, there's also one entangled in vines, kind of right next to you guys too. Forgot about that guy.
Did that work? Did that cast? No.
All I need is numbers.
Dun-dun.
All right. Well, Show is Super. What are you doing?
I fucking cast the wand into the darkness.
Oh yes.
Like, out of darkness is what I say, even though that doesn't really make sense.
Wait, what do you say in the most Super voice?
You say, "Heart of darkness, you shall know my wand." And then I cast it at the darkness.
All right, what do you roll? D100.
91.
A burst of colorful, shimmering light extends in a 30-foot radius. You and each creature in the area must succeed in a DC 15 Constitution saving roll or become blinded for a minute.
Oh shit. Okay.
Boy. I'm
Ooh,
guessing I'm
Constitution.
rolling.
I think I got it.
Roll with a Constitution.
Constitution.
Damn, no.
Yes, I rolled 16, so I am not blinded.
I rolled an 8.
Good thing you don't know him yet.
I rolled a 13.
You are actually behind Super.
Okay.
You're running into the darkness, so you are fine.
Sweet.
Oh, 30-foot radius. Oh, shit.
Yeah, radius. But did I get my shots off before I got blinded or
Yes.
not? Okay, well, my two shot rolls were 14 and 11 to hit apiece.
Bonus. Yes.
Okay.
Off into the blindness. Yeah, roll one of those with advantage just because the guy who's wrapped up in a vine, who I didn't tell you about, probably he's restrained. So go ahead, take that advantage.
Okay, one more time. Do that real quick here. Boom. 25.
Oh, you hit him, motherfucker. Roll the damage.
All right. 9.
Okay. A certain blindness happens. Show you are now blind, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Suddenly, the darkness just goes into white light. You, the dire wolf, are now both blinded. Dire wolf, it is now your turn, good sir. You see nothing but white. Your smells are still there.
Could I take a... And this is completely up to you. Could I take a bonus action to do a quick... Well, no, that's an action, isn't it? To roll a perception check to see where everything is.
Yep.
All right. I would assume that this guy that I was biting, I still have in my mouth. So could I just chomp down on him again? Disadvantage?
Yeah, go ahead and do a regular roll.
Okay.
Because you can see him there.
That'd be a 14? Yeah, that's a 14.
Okay. You get your teeth in something sharp, and it kind of hurts as you bite down, so you don't bite down as hard. It seems like you have bit on a place that is not so much attuned to biting. He strikes back, and you can feel a blade go right over into your fur, but misses you.
Okay.
The other strike swings wildly, and then you hear footsteps going backwards up the stairs, fumbling. Shotutatu, good friend. Oh, wait 1 second. Nope, that doesn't succeed. All right, Shotutatu, my friend.
I'm blind.
You are blind. You see nothing but white.
I would like to cast Thaumaturgy. I believe this is something that you could do with Thaumaturgy. Could I imitate a voice?
What are you trying to imitate?
I'm trying to imitate one of their voices.
Sure.
I'd like to throw... Okay. I'd like to... It's a shitty roll, but I have a decent plus 6, 12 altogether.
Okay, what do you say?
Stand down.
Okay, as that echoes through the air, you get no visual feedback.
It figures.
Super. Super.
Oh, sorry, my turn.
Indeed.
I will. Can I see anything, or are they still in the darkness?
One is actually has his jugular severed and is bleeding out on the ground. One went back into the darkness, and one is being tangled and pulled on by vines. He is unarmed. His sword is by his side as he has lost control of it.
I will run up and I'll grab that. I'll grab the sword and throw it into one of the locked cells.
Nice. You hear, oh, hey, great, from the lock cell.
I'll be like, look, God, like your situation's hopeless. Let us go, otherwise you're no longer a god, but a dead.
He goes, go, what the fuck do I care? I've got nothing in this. I can't stop you if I tried.
Stop who?
Who indeed? I've never heard of you.
You say you can't stop. What can't you stop? What?
You want to leave, you dimwit. Go, I can't stop you.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go, guys. I grab them by the elbow and I lead them as one is supposed to lead the blind.
Okay.
Or at least how I've been taught to lead the blind.
Okay, we can go ahead and cut initiative order for a moment, at least. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Well, I go towards the darkness because that leads up the stairs. I'm basically trying to go where I came from.
Okay. One hand on a wolf, one hand on Shotutatu.
Oh, hold on, Sumper. I think that we might have some allies in this jail with us. Is it important that we leave immediately?
No, I was just kind of like, I mean, there's guards and stuff. We don't need to leave immediately, I guess.
These guards have surrendered. Why don't we just tie them up and take over?
You're right. Why don't we do that? All right. Yeah.
Swoop. All right. In that moment, Xander, you and Sparkmaster are sitting there. She leaves, blows you a kiss, and gives you like one of these right before she leaves. And then as her door shuts, it's like in that very moment, the other door flies wide open. Says, sound the alarm! Who is this here? Where did the Lorinwares lady go off to?
She's taking a break. Is there some alarm that needs to be sounded?
Oh, yes. One of the quills that we were using to write the parchments is snapped, and it's a special quill specifically to her wares. There's an alarm to get a new one from a ship in Stockade here. I'm sure the alarm's around here somewhere. Just give me a moment. If you're a customer, I can show you around the wares. Just 2 seconds, if you would. He starts fumbling around the desk.
She went to Jacob's for a sandwich. Perhaps you should go join her. And I'll cast suggestion on him.
It's
16.
16? Jesus. A sandwich? Read suggestion to me, because this is so out of place for him to just say a sandwich.
All right. You suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two and magically influence a creature you can see within range that can hear and understand you. Creatures that can't be charmed or immune. Suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make the course of action sound reasonable.
All right. And that's where it's going to get you.
Asking the creature to stab itself, throw itself onto a spear, immolate itself, or do something harmful to itself ends the spell.
Yep.
Must make the wisdom saving throw. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration. You can specify conditions that will trigger a special activity during the duration.
He gets really upset in the moment, he goes, I'm hungry, but not now. There's more important things at Quill. And he starts reaching for different things. Ah, yes, here.
And I'll grab him by his shoulder and be like, "Sir, you need to calm down."
He grabs his sword and says, "Get off me!" And doesn't pull it out, but is about to.
That is the only action I required. Sparkmaster. Guard.
I grab this guy by the throat, push him up against the wall, get him away from whatever alarm he's trying to sound.
Oh, geez. This is a race for it, huh? Roll me a dex check. All three. Shit. How? 1 second. Xander. He grabs. I see what you did. Okay. Roll me just a straight d20. Do me an acting performance check, if you would.
Which one of us?
Xander.
15.
Okay. Sparkmaster, give me a dexterity. Intimidation check's fine.
Intimidation check? That is a 12.
Okay. You grab him and push him against the wall. He says, "Hey, what is this?"
Yes, what is this? Why would you need to sound an alarm for a quill? What is going on down there?
We need more quills. Who are you?
And I'll draw my dagger and put it up against his neck. Say, right now, your worst enemy.
His sword was going to be fully unsheathed. And then as you pull the dagger up, he holds it half unsheathed.
Can I rip the sword out of his hand?
You can attempt to. Give me a strength check.
Now, let me tell you, the dagger at your neck, just one little prick, and it will slowly drain the life force from your body. Think carefully.
What do you want?
I want to see this quill. Perhaps I can fix it. I'm a quill master. A master of quills, you might say.
Take a look.
No, I insist you show me.
Very well. Let me down.
Very well. Let's lead the way. And I'll wrap it around so that the knife's at his throat. Let's walk down the hallway together.
He follows suit. What do you weigh?
My weight is, I believe, right around 2.
Oh, geez.
165. 6 foot, 165.
Okay. Him with armor is a bit much to pull. Say Sparkmaster assists as you guys go down the cavern.
Oh, no, he's going forward. I'm just standing behind him.
Okay. Either way, it's a lot of weight. He probably weighs about 275, something like that, with all the armor and things like this. You're pushing him forward.
Oh, don't go too fast. You don't want to slice yourself.
Xander, should we not convince him to part with his weapon?
Well, that's a good idea. Why don't you just take it?
And I do.
He doesn't fight.
Throw the weapon. It hits the wall, bounces off the wall, hits the ground with a clatter.
Ching, ching, ching.
Yeah. I pull my sword out and I'll follow.
Okay. The sword actually lands on a pile of goods, clothing, and the like. You guys start going down a darker caravan and notice the first level of prison cells around you.
So, what kind of quill is involved with prison cells?
You caught me. What do you want?
So, what kind of prisoners do you have in these quill cells?
Tax evaders.
That's not much of a crime.
In this town, it is. It's worth your grandmother and your wife.
Glad I have neither.
Are you here to let somebody free?
I was here to just get some lacy underwear.
Roll me a deception check.
At 26.
Well, I can tell you, there is no quill. There is no magical sewing loom that she uses. She does it all by hand. She's quite good at it.
She does exceptional work, I must say.
Yes, I think you've stumbled across a business that you're not interested in that's going behind here. If you do not see any of it, we will not see you. Go on your merry way. Take all the goods from the shop that you like. Any lace, it's on the house.
Why are you calling me a thief all of a sudden? That angers me. Sparkmaster, how sharp are your claws?
Well, I haven't had time
Sharp
to groom
enough to-
myself properly, but they are still quite sharp.
Your thumbs, could they gouge out 2 eyes? Easily?
Most definitely, Xander.
Do
So
it
what's
yourself, man. I don't want to be fucked with by the Dracon.
You
Watch
tell
your
me
tongue.
What's here?
Watch your tongue or you'll be missing your eyeballs.
No. I think he's past that. Take him.
All right, Sparkmaster, for a moment, get into your head.
Yeah, I don't know what came over me. I was just completely overwhelmed by rage there. It's like there's a urge inside me that I cannot say no to, and I just zapped my claws into his eyes. When he spit at me, I just had to do it.
The rest of you, as you're sitting downstairs, thinking what to do, one of the guards had run up, and then suddenly you hear the most spine-curling coming from upstairs.
Well, shit.
Friends?
All right, and we'll toss his body down the stairs.
Those of you on the bottom half, let's put a little a veil on your knowledge here. Get in your character's head. You don't know what's going on upstairs. At least most of you don't. One of you might. A curling scream has come from above, and you hear something fall downstairs. You can't see it due to the magical darkness in the way. But there is a whimpering and a panting that seems immediately in front of the darkness.
Does anybody have any health potions on them?
I kind of the wolf just snarls slightly.
I can do healing hands.
Would you mind healing me, Super? I don't know what we're in for next, and I've taken quite a beating.
Yes, 1 second. I don't know why am I.
As you begin casting that, erupting from the darkness, you see Sander and Sparkmaster.
Hey,
Super.
these guys.
You took an awful long time. We figured we'd come find you.
I'm glad you did. It's gotten kind of crazy. Here, let me cure some of these wounds first for 3, 10, 14. I heal you for 14.
Thank you, Super.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting good at that.
Good to see you guys alive. What the hell happened in there?
I'm just busting out of jail. You know how it goes.
All right. Well, the exit's clear. Are we ready to go?
Well, 1 second before we leave, I heard the guards talking about having some powerful druids here, and if I'm not mistaken, I did take a bump on the head. My memory's a little bit fuzzy, but wasn't it possible that either Aster or Egbert had been captured by Julian?
Yes.
Aster, Egbert, you in here?
No response.
That being said, if they're druids, we probably should let them out.
We should let him out, yeah. And actually, there's somebody else I promised I would let out of this jail, too, a long time ago. I do remember that. If he's in here, we might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone and make me a man of my word. So if everybody's feeling up to it and there's no immediate need for us to leave, I'd like to suggest that we poke around in here a little bit, see if we can free
Time is kind of the essence.
What's going on?
Anything we can do fast.
Why is time of the essence? What's the hurry?
Well, the lady that runs the shop up front is. Let me ask you, how many guards were here? We only found 1.
I think we fought with 3.
Okay, so you have 3 dead here, or?
No, I don't think they're all dead. One of them surrendered, I believe. Should be over there somewhere tied up. Did we remember to tie him up, or was that the one who ran out and then? Did you just kill somebody upstairs?
Yeah, that one's okay. He's definitely not going to see
you hear him moaning and moving around and frantically crawling up the stairs.
1 second. And I'll walk back into the darkness and feel my way till I feel him and shank him with the dagger. And 1. Okay. That one is dead. So you said there's another one alive here?
Maybe not. I don't know.
You guys look for whoever you're looking for, and I'll talk with that one.
That's a good idea. We should get moving either way. Start letting people out.
Could I sense any other druids in the prison aside from Super and myself? Or could I do a perception check to see if I could smell any druids if they have a distinct smell?
Yeah, that didn't come across in the Dungeon Master Guide.
Okay.
Druid sense, it's
yeah, druid sense.
You don't have dark vision, correct?
No, but I do have keen smell as a direwolf.
Go ahead and roll me a druid smelling check.
Okay, cool. It says I get it at advantage. Do you want me to roll at advantage?
No, you don't get advantage. Okay. You're smelling druids.
Okay. Perception plus 11.
You have the smell of druids. But you can't pinpoint where it's coming from.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go
strong from Super.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a different flavor of druid. You can distinctly smell that.
Nice and stinky, baby.
Let's cut to the chase for a second here. You explore the first cavern with the limited amount of time that you potentially afford yourself. There are a few what seems to be lesser druids from the things that they can talk that they do. One, Shotutatu, seems like a familiar face who was captured for falsely selling reed patches as exotic furs using spells he came across. You're unsure exactly how he derived these. to mimic them as exotic furs from the island. He was caught, didn't pay taxes, and was arrested. You also become aware that his son is an active member of Hanna-Barbera Incorporated.
Wonderful.
Which, why you eventually kind of came to him.
Well, that's my guy. Can I let him out?
How would you like to do it?
Well, probably should have checked the guards for their keys. If I'm not too far away from the guards, I'd like to run over there and see whether I could find a key on one of their persons.
It would take about 5 minutes total to check the guards.
Is there anybody with me right now doing this?
Everybody should be with you.
Everybody's with me in here.
Unless they're doing something else. And if they are staying upstairs for a check, please let me know now.
No, right now I'm with the one that was still left alive. I was going to check on him.
Okay.
Okay, well then, right away, I'd like to just give it an Eldritch Blast shot. See if I can't blow off the lock in the door.
Boom. Mark an Eldritch Blast off. And
bad boys at will, so it's that. Do you want me to roll for it?
If it's at will, you'll just keep blasting them until it opens.
Yeah.
You have Eldritch Blast at will?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
The fuck?
And I double cast every time.
It's
gnarly.
It's one of like the
It'd be
perks
great if you
for
could hit
his
something with
class.
Yeah.
I'll give
Yeah,
you what
you just keep rolling for how much time it takes. Not whether you get through, it's just how much time it takes you to get through.
Okay.
Eventually you get through.
All right.
Roll me 1d20 just to see how long it takes.
It's a 9.
Okay. Let's say it takes about two minutes to gather the boom, deal with the frustration, gather it, boom, deal with the frustration, eventually get
All right. Boom.
He opens it up. He's a gangly like figure who has been here for some time. There's not much meat on his bones at all as he is hunched over, his ribs caved in. His feet don't walk well. They're timid in where they step, and holding him, he seems uneasy altogether.
You look worse for the wear, my friend, but I am a man of my word, and I'm back, and I've saved you. Do you remember me?
Who are you?
I ran into you as you were being detained by guards, probably many, many weeks ago now. And I told you I'd free you, and I'm a little late, but I'm here.
He erupts into laughter. I do remember you.
Don't laugh too hard. Don't do anything too much. You look like you might die immediately. Just, we're going to get you out of here. Well, you can tell us what's going on, what they've done to you. We'll get you some food. And in the spirit of haste, I would like to see if I could accelerate helping move him towards the exit.
Yes, please carry me. He needs to be carried if you guys want to leave him.
You could probably put him on my back.
Bear man.
I am a direwolf at this point.
Wolf man. You are looking even stronger than you were as a bear man. Would you mind lifting my friend?
I give a huff.
Roll a persuasion check to convince this guy to jump on a direwolf. The other things that are going on here is you notice a very well-built, firm-looking door with inscriptions over it at the very tail end of this chamber. The tail end goes down, drops, and there is a doorway with runes lined and a locked door that doesn't seem to give way. This is not an Eldritch blastable door, or at least not right away. You would have to spend some considerable time wasting away at this door to try to get through it. It is protected in some way, shape, or form by magic.
Understood. I rolled an 18 for the persuasion.
He jumps on the dire wolf.
Excellent.
Take me away wherever you go. I've got the best furs in the land.
Could I try pounding on that door or somehow shouting hello at it and see if anybody responds?
Even as you pound it, it seems like what you would normally pound on iron would hurt your hand. This is almost softens. It softens it seems like time or space or something is being warped as your hand is going closer to it, which prevents any serious contact from taking place on the door.
I want to get closer to the door and look at those ruins. Do I recognize anything about them?
What languages do you know?
What?
What languages do you know?
I know Draconic and Common.
It does not. Now roll me an Arcana check if you'd like.
9.
Anyone, if you guys would like to, anybody who wants to come up and do so, let's say it will take about 3 minutes to examine the door. If you guys would like to come up and do so.
Check your
I
text.
will
I'm
come up
going
and
to
do so.
catch up with them. So check your messenger, and I'm going to go catch up with them.
Gotcha.
All right, what are we doing? Is it time to go?
I thought we were checking out this door.
You hear
What's up with the door?
in the background.
There's either a man that is in distress, a man that is orgasming, or a man that is having a distressful orgasm. And I need to find out, damn it.
No. That was just that guard was having a bad day. The ropes were too tight. He's fine now. So what are we doing? Is it time to go? Well, what's with this door?
We don't know.
We're just checking it out. Can we walk that back a second? Was that an orgasm answer, or are you saying you killed him?
He didn't make it.
He didn't make it. Okay. I don't know. I would like to also look at the door. I know infernal. Does anything look infernal?
Yes. Let me piece this together here. In a dialect that is more ancient, I almost struggle to think whether or not you actually know Infernal.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense in terms of the RP, but it is the way that my class is set, or my
I
race is
understand that. So there might be an instinctual level where maybe you have whispers in your mind of things, but the dialect is much more complicated than you completely understand.
Maybe it just looks somewhat familiar.
It does look familiar to you from an instinctual level.
Okay.
You know it has some infernal roots. At least half of the symbols on this door. It was crafted. God damn! It seems old and infernal. I'll let you have that for now.
Okay.
And you can commit that to memory if you'd like, and kind of explore what that might mean to you in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm getting antsy. I'm wanting to leave.
It's been about 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes now.
Okay. I'm happy. I would like to get behind that door someday, but right now I think I agree with all of you. It's time to go.
I agree. We should head out. We're pushing our luck here.
Yeah, right. Sumpa was like, all grumbly about it, but he's like, right.
Just as you're leaving, you hear, "Hey,
No.
a party of heroes."
Who's that?
Who said that?
It's me, Aster.
Esther!
Yes.
Where's your voice coming from?
Well, the cell right in front of you, little Sumpa.
Oh my God!
Would you mind opening this gate for me? I'll be with you.
I freaking ice knife the hell out of that thing.
Sipper, does anything sound off about Aster's voice to you?
He sounds like he's wounded or hurt. I think, doesn't he? Right? Can I roll a perception to see if anything's different about
Yeah,
it?
roll a perception check.
13 total.
You notice it's a little bit more quivery.
Right. That's why I was like, he sounds like he's hurt or something. I still ice knife the lock though.
Sure. He goes, Sparkmaster, I've heard of you. Why so skeptical?
I don't know. You sound very different than the last time we encountered you, Aster.
They don't treat you well in these caverns.
I assume not. How long have you been interned here?
Sometime. Whatever the fuck taxes mean to these people, I apparently didn't pay them.
Is that really why you're in here, Esther?
No, it's bullshit. You know it is.
Oh, wait, what's bullshit? Taxes?
Let's get that.
Do you have strength enough to leave?
Yes, I can make my way.
Then let's get out of here as fast as we can. Is Egbert in here with you?
No, Egbert did not get swept up with me.
Oh, good.
At least not that I know. I haven't seen him come this way. There's several prisons that I know of, or at least have word of existing. This is the first I've been in. Once I get to the surface, we can find out more.
Let's go then.
Oh, just FYI, sorry if you hear like a "oh no" in the background. My dog has this stupid toy. You hear that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure it is.
It's not the people that you have trapped in your basement. No.
Quick side story. Me and my wife were watching this movie called Paths to Glory. It's this Stanley Kubrick war movie from like the 50s. Fucking excellent if you ever get the chance to watch it. But he was chewing on this fucking toy when like all these horribly depressing things are happening on screen. You just hear, oh no! Like, it's just like lesson learned is we now put that toy away whenever we're watching like super dramatic shit. So
It kind of adds to it.
yeah, but I mean, it was like if you like this movie is like it's like really intense. Like it's really depressing shit.
What was the one? What was the one about the Jamaican bobsled team when we were young?
Cool Runnings. Yeah,
Just watched that yesterday for the first time. Awesome.
the
movie.
first time. Did you like it?
Oh my god,
it's great.
They're going to be in 2020 Olympics. Now I'm going to watch and root for Jamaica.
Well, it's already
anybody who should bobsled, it's them.
Yeah, no, it's a good movie. It's funny. I like
All right, Shawshank Adventures. All right, this fucking thing.
So he's still behind that door, though, right?
No, he's actually in a gate next to you.
He was in like a different cell. We still don't. Yeah, have him behind the door.
Whoever or whatever he was doing when you guys went through, he didn't make himself known until you were leaving. One minute goes by.
Are we all leaving together? That last thing
Right.
Show did was suggest we all
Get
get
out of
going.
here. Let's go. It is time to go.
What I do is I'm gonna let them go outside first, and before they go outside, I'm hopefully gonna be behind Show, and I'm gonna get like a really good. This is gonna sound weird, but I'm gonna get a really good smell of him, so I know his scent. And then
as you go up the stairs, Show, he's sniffing your ass.
I'm not sniffing. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. That's what dogs do, I guess. And
It's gonna try to bat him away.
And then what I do is whenever we get outside or about to get outside, I'm gonna look both ways, drop the guy, and just sprint off.
Okay.
And I go outside of the city to where I'm normally going to.
So when you guys come out you with this intent in mind, Namina, Bearman, when you guys go out, the party looks left and sees a significant troop of guard moving down the alleyway. You guys bolt right. Bearman, seeing that they bolted right, you dropped him, bolted left, and ended up running into a considerable armament of individuals. As a dire wolf, they all pull crossbows and shoot something at you.
Wow.
Boom, boom. You get a 19 and a 17.
Both of them hit.
These are there are probably a half dozen or a dozen individuals, 6 damage, as you tuck left into 6 points of damage.
Okay, that's fine.
You tuck left into an open door, scurry your way through, and the rest of the party, as you guys make your way right, you know that the direwolf made your way left. You heard noise, and then a bunch of pots clinking, scattering, falling out of the doorway that he went into.
Okay. At that point, realizing that that's not an option anymore, going on foot is not an option anymore, I'm going to drop.
Let's go ahead and do this one in chat.
Okay.
The rest of the party sees you, that's the last they see you right now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do?
Well,
you guys are able to pull around a corner, and it doesn't seem like they notice you because somebody played distraction either inadvertently or on purpose, and you guys have made an escape for the time being. Show.
I would like to be keeping my eyes open to see if I see any of my things that have gone missing as I'm going out, but I'm not going to delay at any point. But just if I could put in a word to have that on my mind.
Sumba does the same thing. He's like this. Moving around.
Give me a give me an investigation check.
Nice, that's a decent one. Investigation +1, so 20 altogether, but not a critical roll.
Nice work on your way out. And I love how there's actually rolls because you didn't say anything, but on your way out, the sword did hit some of your stuff. You can take all but everything in your purse. You lose some sort of a trinket that one of them kept. With a 20, hell, you might have even found the trinket on their dead bodies if you were investigating them, but you didn't. So let's say you lose some sort of a trinket-like thing. You lose all of your purse, and you have your mithril armor. You have your jettison 2 other items of your choice. Of some value, something that someone would pull off you.
Probably the ampliphone, sadly. It's going to go because it's small. Would they take a pan flute?
You found the pan flute. It was broken in half.
Busted pan flute. Yeah, I have the ampliphone. I also have a couple small pieces of the snail, apparently, still in my inventory, which they would probably grab.
Yeah.
Those are shiny.
They would grab at least half of those.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay. So that's what you recover along the way. As you kind of turn the corner, Sumper, you sit down and kind of put yourself against the wall. Your heart's beating. This is another one of those opportune moments that you did cast your wand. You still have probably 6 casts left in order to get your level, so there's a lot more you got to do. But Xander, as you look at Super against the wall.
I cast the one at the roof. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I need to catch that.
As you look at Super totally against the wall, you look up and there's a poster right above his head saying "Wanted Super." Tax evasion.
I'll rip it down. Pay your taxes.
Super looks at him like, I ain't paying my fucking taxes, man.
And then,
all right.
Yeah. I'm beginning to think tax evasion is a pretext.
I think it's a racket. That's their excuse for everything. We need to get. Is it Astrid we have or Egbert?
Aster.
All right. We need to get Aster back to his house, gather up what we can, and get out of his house. That's the first place they're going to go. We need to get whatever he needs, and I need to get Conan, and we need to get out of there.
Sorry. I just saw that wanted poster, Mike. That's fucking brilliant.
Oh, did you just put it in? Did you put it on Roll20?
Oh, put it in the chat.
No, yeah.
That's pretty solid.
But let's just say, like, I also see the thing. I'm like, tax evasion, like that's crazy. Like, nobody ever told me that I'm looking for like I said that like kind of as a joke. Like, I'm not paying my taxes, but I was like, what the fuck's he talking about?
Yeah, you look up and that's what you see.
Right. I'm like, wasn't somebody else in the jail said they were in here for tax evasion? Like, that sounds like it's just kind of a excuse to arrest people that Julian's doing.
Yeah, Astrid said tax evasion.
Oh, right. Yeah, Asta was the one that said it. I think he's just using that as a reason to arrest people.
Yeah.
So, Asta, what do you think? What do you think you really did to rouse the ire of Julian?
It seems like he wants to squash any bug that might be a thorn in his side for whatever the hell he's up to. I've tried to stay sheer clear and focus with Egbert on protecting a pact we've had with this island for some time. It seems that Julian's growings, his roots, are going deeper and more connected with that's moving under the island. I don't know if it was his idea to arrest us or he is just the puppet of some greater scheme. I have not been a fan of him. Been very open about that in Shore Shack. But I didn't expect this. Besides, I was tired of paying those alms for the entrance to my own hometown, to exit and leave, and to enter by that god-awful gnome that keeps asking for silver and copper at the gate. So I told him to get lost.
Oh, maybe it is tax evasion then, actually, because I did the exact same thing. Okay, maybe it's not just an excuse. Gimli is... Sorry, one. So maybe it is actually tax evasion that I'm being searched for. Maybe it's not just a blanket excuse.
Or maybe it's both.
Well, let's get him back home. Let's gather up whatever we need, disguise ourselves as much as we can, especially you there, Sparkmaster. You kind of stand out like a sore thumb. And is there an inn or someplace we can go, Aster, to hide out for a few days? Or perhaps can you open a portal to get us back to Ironton?
Ironton would be a tough one. The logistics are difficult without moving through leaves. Egbert would be a terrific resource in this case. Otherwise, the closest hideout would be Shore Shack.
What if we already have a tree set up?
Good, man. We got it.
Then let's use it.
We have to wait 3 more days or something like that.
For you to use it, but not for him to use it.
Yeah.
You're correct, actually. You're right. My mistake.
But a portal for that who has planted it. We've gifted the seeds to you, Sumper, for we know that you are questing for but a seed. This is your chance to prove that you can cultivate such a tree. Keep it in the hands of good. Let it grow wide and strong, not falter to anyone else's prowess. These seeds are yours. I cannot interfere with that. I am sorry in this specific case, but it was crafted in such a way for a very specific purpose that I think you know of, Super.
Wait, he's giving me this seed right now?
No, these are the seeds that you were given to plant the trees for teleportation.
Oh, right. Sorry. So I thought I was talking about my home tree thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh. Oh, yes, we know what you're talking about, Super. Have I introduced you yet to Eno?
I don't think so.
Well, we should sometime soon. If we make it out of here alive.
Right.
Well, if there's some place in town that we can hold out until Super's able to move us.
In town, no. What I could suggest is Shore Shack, but even the ranks of Shore Shack and Canterbury Incorporated have been riddled with blabbermouths. We could camp out in the woods. Even then, there are paid eyes. But Shore Shack is the best place close in town if you guys can't manage to survive in the woodlands. Me, myself, I definitely am famished. I wouldn't recommend going out into the woods unless we have some food to bring with us. Where are you off to these days? What brings you back to Alabasta?
Well, we were trying to look for someone that could bring our friend back from the dead.
Oh, of course, the plot thickens. I escape from jail, and the next thing I get tasked with is raising somebody from the dead. Well, you definitely sound like a party of heroes. I'm chosen for a reason. I heard you were under the ploy or employ of the king. Is that still true?
It is.
I see the ring on your hand. This is good news. We let you wander on your own to see where you'd end up. Probably let you wander a little longer, but time is of the essence. And I think you're needed now more than ever. Would you say you're all good men?
I say we do what needs to be done.
For what means?
For the purpose of good.
We can talk about this more as we journey. Let's gather some things at my place. If you don't mind, I'll give you a list. Things to gather. I don't want to set foot in that place after all this. But we must make haste. Get out of the town in less than 15 minutes. If we possibly can.
All right.
Very good.
Let's go.
I'm going to go back to his house and get Conan.
All right. As you go back to his house to get Conan, he asks for a number of different books from a bookshelf, a number of different herbs, a sleeping pad, some teas of different sort, a chest, a small chest with 3 balls in it that he put an exceptional importance on, an amulet and a wand. They were all exactly where he said they were.
Amulet, a wand, and what was the third item?
Books.
Books.
There were books,
Sleeping pad.
a wand. There were 3 balls in a chest.
Okay, so we'll gather those up.
You guys make it out of town. As you leave, 2 silver to pass.
Here you go, my good man.
Oh, yes, thank you. 2 silver for you two.
There you go.
This motherfucker. God damn it.
A bitch in the ass, Super.
All right.
Who's
Let's
gonna
see.
need 2 silver. I need 2 silver for all of the party.
I'll pay
Here's
my 2
1 gold.
silver. Laws are what keep us separated from the beasts.
My God.
What about you, lizard man?
I'll pay it.
Okay, of course you will. You better. Hold up there.
Oh, is that a gold coin in the ground?
Where?
Over here. Did
Roll me
you
a
drop this?
Roll me a persuasion.
Uh, 15.
He looks dead at you. He originally actually looks at you. It's scanning you over. And Super, you said something smart, Kalagi. He looks at you and goes, Super. There's a reward for you. And then cling, 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 cling.
Whoa.
Bells start ringing. Cling, cling, cling. And then bells are actually tied to bells up in the tower. And those on the wall start cling, 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 cling.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Is this
I want to slice one of the ropes that the bells are all tied to, and at least try to stop the clanging.
Okay, as you reach out and go, Lizard Man, you are on the list as well now. And he begins to start to scribe something on the list.
Like, why can I just pay like a fine or something? What's all this?
Surely this is some mistake. We have made mistakes in the past. Let us pay our toll now and let bygones be bygones.
It is not up to me. The bells are rung. It is now up to the court. For you will all be arrested if you all pay homage with Super.
Don't get my friends tied in with this. They have nothing to do with this.
These are your friends. He is a wanted man, and if you travel with him, you have seen
like
they're plastered everywhere.
So what does this guy look like?
Be arrested as well. Cling, 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 cling is going down now, even erupting past the main gate as well. Guards begin kind of coming out of the main gate toward you.
Guys, I think we got to get the hell out of here.
Are we at the gate, or we haven't got to the gate yet?
You were going over a bridge. The bridge is not actually guarded. It's just by this gnome who really likes to get to Silver.
So we're outside the gate?
You're outside of the walls of the city.
Okay.
They were like the bridge gate.
So this is a bridge over water.
Yes.
I'm going to push him off the bridge. Let's go.
It was like, oh my god.
And that will be tonight for the last bit of the episode of Shore Shack Adventures. The party has gone into Alabast, said, fuck you, and then left with their name written all over the walls. Tune in next time for Shore Shack Adventures.